Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and thanks for joining me. So I'm really excited about today's video because I'm going to be reviewing a brand new travel bag that I've just recently purchased. It only arrived in the post yesterday, so I'm really looking forward to sharing it with you. It was a pretty hefty investment for me financially, so I'm going to be running through all of its features and the design and my personal reasons for buying it, as well as maybe the things that I'm not too keen on, but there are very, very few. So let's jump right into it. So before we go any further, I just want to let you know that I am not affiliated with the brand in any way. This video isn't sponsored by them. I bought this bag with my own hard-earned money and it wasn't cheap, so I just wanted to point that out before we get into it. Okay, so let's get started. I'm really excited. So the first thing I'm going to be mentioning is the packaging from a sustainability point of view. They tick all the boxes. Pakt bags as a company. The bag came in this cardboard box, and there is no outer mailing box. This is it. This is the only box that came in the post all the way from America. And inside we've got this lovely thick brown paper that just protects the bag itself. So Pakt Bags is an American company and they originally featured in a film, I think back in 2016, called The Minimalists. If you haven't checked them out, definitely go and find them on YouTube. I think their film is also still on Netflix. They're all about minimalism and intentional living. So I believe that Pakt Bags, or the founder of the company, originally had a bag that featured on there and it got lots and lots of attention. So they brought out a newer version and then basically, yeah, they just went from there and grew the company, and now they've launched different styles of bags and backpacks and duffels and even a tote bag, which I do also own myself. So yeah, they've kind of grown as a brand and they do crowdfunding and that kind of thing. So in terms of the company's ethos, they have really good sustainability, eco credentials, and also working ethics. So they're all about fair working conditions for their employees, about using eco-friendly materials. They also offer a lifetime guarantee with all of their bags. So yeah, definitely the first thing to be mentioning is the packaging, 100% plastic free. So there's literally no excuses anymore for companies to be using plastic in their packaging. This came all the way over from America and it came in one single cardboard box with some brown paper. So yeah, in that respect, absolutely fantastic. So this is the bag here, which I'm obviously going to get out and show you all about. And then just on the inside of the lid here of the box, it just talks about their commitment as a company. So like I said, fair working conditions, eco-friendly materials, conscious production, and plastic-free packaging. So I'm going to go ahead and get the bag out now for the grand reveal. And I'm going to put this packaging down on the floor so it gives us a bit more space. So here it is. This is their 50-litre duffel bag from their Anywhere collection. This bag comes in this lovely green here, which obviously I had to get because green is my favourite colour. It also comes in an adobe colour, it's called. It's like a orangey rust, and also comes in black as well. So I'm going to run through the outside features first and just the general spec of the bag, and then I will link their website in the description box down below so you can go and have like a further look into more detail about the bag itself. So I'm going to start off, I guess, by pointing out the front. So we have two nice big pockets here at the front of the bag. This one also contains a little strap with a clip on the end for your keys, and it also has another mesh pocket inside as well with a zip in there. So yeah, loads of room, lots of little compartments. As a Virgo myself, I am particularly interested in the versatility of the bag, and I also am a really organised person who likes to have things in the right place, so this bag was definitely perfect for me. So that's the front of it. In terms of the bag overall, so it's made with recycled single-use plastic. It's water resistant, and the bottom of it has a reinforced hard panel as well, which is also water resistant, which was really important for me for kind of durability and not having to worry about any leaks or water getting into the bag. In terms of the materials used, that was something that definitely appealed to me. All of the outer zips, so these big zips here, they're all YKK zippers, so they're super strong and sturdy. The bag as a whole feels really good quality, and I will say that I wouldn't have expected anything less because this bag was not cheap. So the bag retails at $255 on their website, with taxes and import duties to ship it over to the UK for myself. It came to around about almost £300. So it was a very, very expensive bag. For me, this is a huge purchase, particularly for a bag. It's got to be all singing, all dancing, as they say, you know, for that amount of money. So this has, as a minimalist or someone who's striving to be as minimalist as possible, this has replaced suitcases that I owned previously, which I sold on Facebook Marketplace, as well as another duffel bag. So I've had to make quite a few sacrifices to buy this bag. As a minimalist, I always try to live by the one in, one out rule, which I've mentioned in previous videos. So if I do ever bring anything into my home that's either new or secondhand, it's usually having to replace at least one other thing, which I'll either sell or donate, so that I don't end up with owning too much stuff that's unnecessary, basically. So let's move on to kind of showing you around the bag. So I'll bring the measurements up here on my computer. So the bag is 59 centimeters long, it's 25 centimeters wide, and it's 32 centimeters high. So I did look on British Airways, just as an example of one of the main top-end airlines in the UK that would pretty much go anywhere in the world. So for myself personally, that's what I'm hoping to use this for. And it does come out a little bit longer than British Airways standard cabin size measurements. Their website, so Pakt Bags website, does claim that it can be used as hand luggage, but having checked British Airways, who are going to be, in my opinion, the most lenient compared to a low-cost airline, for example, so such as EasyJet or Ryanair or somewhere like that. So I don't know whether the American airlines allow a lot more. This was something that I did take into consideration before buying it. I think that in most cases you can probably get away with it, but just bear in mind that to obviously check the airline that you're flying with first. So I'm not sure what that means personally for myself, whether I would have a smaller one in the future or buy one of their other bags, but for domestic, you know, national travel, this is going to be fine. And anything international, I'm either just going to have to push my luck with it and hope that I get away with it. It's like an extra 2 centimeters. So I've seen a lot bigger than this being taken as hand luggage in cabin, cabin luggage, sorry. I've seen a lot bigger than this duffel bag, and it should in theory slide underneath the chair. But yeah, like I said, just make sure you check your airline cabin luggage dimensions first. So moving on, we've got these really handy little straps here at the top that clip together, and basically you can use those to put a coat through there, so you're even more hands-free, or a yoga mat, or whatever you fancy, some extra filming equipment or whatever you wanted to put in there. And so the main feature, I guess, of the bag is going to be the middle compartment. So one of the reasons that I bought this duffel is because it's quite unusual inside, and what it does is basically opens into a clamshell, like so. So I'm going to go around the other side so that I am not at such an angle and I can show you the bag a little bit better. So yeah, one of the main features of this bag is the clamshell opening. So you can see it's like a standard duffel there, and then it opens into this two-sided compartment, which is one of the main reasons that I bought it. I think this is really genius design. It has 2 panels, obviously on both sides, to separate the compartments. On this side, it has this panel here, which has its own incorporated long pocket. I tried my laptop in here earlier on, which is a 14-inch laptop, and it does fit, so this would be perfect for a small laptop or a tablet or paperwork or whatever you fancy putting in here. And then basically you unzip that, flip it over, and then you have one side of the bag. So in terms of space and depth, it's like that kind of thick. I should really have gotten my tape measure. It's a good couple of inches deep, so you've got quite a lot of space in there for several rolls of jeans or tops and that kind of thing. And I've also got a pair of shoes here just to try out. These are my Vivo barefoot shoes. So these are minimalist barefoot zero drop shoes. So this is all that I wear. If you've watched my channel previously, then you'll know that I am exclusively a wearer of barefoot shoes. So these should be perfect for a minimalist bag. These just slot into here perfectly, like so. I'm hoping that you can see that on camera. So they fit perfectly. You know, you could fit maybe another pair or a pair of flip-flops at the end, or whatever you choose, you know, and you could roll your jeans up, trousers, jumpers, tops, whatever it is that you are taking with you. I think this bag would be good for a weekend, it would be good for a week, and if you are a super minimalist, lightweight traveller, it could possibly be enough for a month. If I was going back to Southeast Asia like I did a couple of years ago, this would definitely be sufficient for several weeks. So yeah, the main feature, as I've just shown you, is the clamshell opening. So there's nothing else on this side, but then I'm just going to move over to this side. This has a mesh divider for this side of the compartment, which is really quite cool because you can see through it. And then it also has its own 2 mesh pockets as well. Again, for a Virgo, organised person like myself, this is fantastic. Keeps everything in order and separated so it's not flying all over the bag. So on this side we have the mesh divider for that one, and opens up into, again, the same thing. The other really cool thing about this side is it also has 2 incorporated mesh pockets, again, on the floor or the wall of this side of the compartment. So more pockets, more versatility, more room for storing random bits and bobs in there. So if you don't like the clamshell design, something else that is really quite innovative about this bag is that you can hold the 2 divider compartments or walls together, and you can basically just roll them up like so, and then you've got 2 elasticated toggles here which just hook onto the other side like so. And basically what that does is, when I shut this bag up through the middle section, turn it back into its normal duffel shape, if that makes sense. On the front of the bag here we have another zipper which goes all the way down to the floor as well, and basically opens like that. So it means that you would end up with a much deeper bag if you wanted to pack things that way, if that makes sense. So you can see where the divider compartment's rolled up here. Obviously it gives you twice the depth as if you were opening it in the clamshell way. If you fancied stacking things like that, if that was easier for you for whatever reason, then obviously you can access it that way. If I close that one back up, obviously if you're packing it like that and then you're holding it as a duffel, obviously all those clothes or whatever items it is that you've put in there, they'll all end up falling down that way. So that's really something to figure out, whatever you think is easiest. Another feature that I've just noticed is that there's also a zip here on the back which doesn't open all the way to the floor like the front panel or the middle, sorry, the front zip or the middle zip. It opens halfway, and basically what it does is allows you access again on that side. So we're back to the original clamshell design, meaning that you've got, you know, your 2 sides separated and divided with the walls. Basically, if I close this back up again, and basically this back zipper then allows you access to one of those clamshell sides, or one of the side compartments, which actually looks a lot more roomy to me. And also if you're carrying it this way, which is probably the way I'm usually going to be carrying it, it means that potentially on the other side where it was mesh divided, you could have everything rolled that way, and then potentially on this side you can leave it so that it's stacked downwards or upwards depending on how you look at it. So I think that's a really cool feature that allows maybe quicker access, or allows you the flexibility to roll things differently or pack things differently. So it's a pretty amazing bag, and again, one of the main reasons that I was interested in them was the versatility of the bags. So the fact that you can do so many different things with it, you can pack in so many different ways, and you can transport pretty much everything in them, I think is their main selling point as a brand. So moving on to one of my other favourite features and reasons for buying this bag is, whilst it is a duffel, it also can be transformed into a rucksack or a backpack, which is just brilliant in my eyes. I think that's such a genius thing to add to a duffel bag. It means that you can be hands-free if you want to, and it just, again, gives it so much flexibility in terms of carrying it and what you want to do with it. So in the back here has just a plain zip, and then inside literally just pull these straps out like so, and there you have it. At the bottom here You have some little hooks. These clips are really sturdy as well, so they're fully in place. Everything feels really well reinforced and really well made and strong and durable, which, like I said, you would hope for a bag this expensive. And there you have it. You suddenly have a backpack and a duffel at the same time. So yeah, like I said, if you do need your hands free for whatever reason and you're carrying other bags, you can pop this on your back. It also has a sternum strap here. So it's obviously not originally a rucksack or a backpack, so it's not made for, I wouldn't say hiking and things like that, but I think if you need that flexibility while you're traveling to carry it in a different way, this is just absolutely genius. When it's on, I mean, on myself being quite small, it does look a bit huge. It's not curved to the body like a rucksack or a hiking backpack would be, but it's definitely one of the main reasons I bought the bag. Having this additional feature, is really, really handy. So that's two different ways you can carry the bag. You can have it as a standard duffel, or as I've just shown you, you can have it as a rucksack. And there is also a third way, which is as a shoulder bag. So you've got this removable strap here, which is really nice and sturdy with a lovely padded shoulder part here. These clips are really heavy duty and look really good quality as well. They're not like little flimsy ones. They are plastic, but they look very good quality. And basically it just hooks onto one side and then diagonally over onto the other side, like so. And there you have it. All of a sudden you've got a third way of carrying it if you need to. It's obviously got an adjustable strap bit here as well, so you can make it as long or as short as you like. You could have it over your body. Okay, so coming to the end of the video now, I'm just going to briefly mention, I guess, maybe the things that I'm not so keen on, although there is hardly anything. I do really, really love this bag. The only thing that I would say is at the bottom here, where the rucksack straps clip onto these hooks, it is quite difficult to get them off. The plastic hook bit here kind of gets stuck behind the material hook, which is a bit fiddly to get on and off, but to be fair, I don't really think you'd be doing it in that much of a rush, and it also ensures that this stays well in place, so I don't really see that as a disadvantage. What else can I say? I mean, other than the price, I don't think I have anything bad to say about it. I find it relatively comfortable on my back. Like I said, it's not originally a rucksack that's curved into the body. It obviously doesn't have your typical hip brace or hip strap here that would support you even more. It is a fairly flat panel, but it does have a little bit of padding in the back here, and it also does have a sternum strap, so that does offer a lot more support. But I'm definitely not complaining about that in the slightest, because the fact that it's so versatile and it's a duffel that also has straps that you can then just put away into the back is really genius. So I'm just going to show you how easy it is just to put them back in. I've unclipped them at the bottom, and then you literally just slide them back in there like so, flatten them down a bit, do the zip up, and there you have it. Back to being a normal duffel. So I think I've pretty much covered everything. The two big front pockets, I've showed you the inside clamshell, separate compartments there, the front zipper here if you wanted to access it that way up, and then also, no sorry, that's the one that goes right to the floor, so if you wanted a big old bag, you can do it that way with this open or not open, entirely up to you, however you wanted to do it. Two pockets on the inside there, and then obviously the other clamshell side, which had that sleeve which you could potentially put a laptop, a small laptop, or a tablet or paperwork or books or whatever in there, and then the other side on there. I do really like this feature here on the top with these little straps where you can put a coat. I think that's really, really good, instead of having it just kind of lying about or taking up your hand space. Definitely, as I said, one of the features that really appeals to me is that it's been made with recycled single-use plastic, and it's also water resistant, so you can pretty much take it anywhere. And again, the reinforced bottom, which I already mentioned, at the start. So there we go. Whilst this video was a little bit longer than maybe I aimed for, I'm hoping that it was really helpful, and of course do let me know in the comments section down below if there's anything else that you'd like to know, or you have any questions for me, or if there's anything that I didn't explain properly. As I said, I'll be linking their website in the description box, and again, I'm not affiliated with the brand and this video wasn't sponsored, but I've been really looking forward to sharing this purchase with you because it's something that I've had in mind for quite some time. I've wanted to buy it for quite a while now, and I finally took the plunge. I will say that probably it wasn't the most sensible purchase I've ever made, just in terms of being a frugalist and somebody who tries to purchase as intentionally and as mindfully as possible, and I don't accumulate or purchase anything that's unnecessary in my home. But it has a lifetime guarantee, it feels really sturdy and well made, the material is nice and thick and durable, and so hopefully it's going to last me a really long time. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and to share it with anybody if you think it might be helpful. Also make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. As a small content creator, your support really does mean the world to me. In the meantime, take care and stay safe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!